This one is going to be spicy. It's going to be spicy, mate. Mate. Eddie, Cheika, cannot wait. Two teams that got pumped last week. I've got loads of people asking questions about their side, and they hate each other. This is going to be fun, and I cannot wait. Australia host Argentina in round 2 of the Rugby Championship. This is my reaction to the selection. It's me pulling together a combined team as well, and just previewing two old foes going head to head, and it's going to be fun. I think the press conference either way after the game is going to be probably even more entertaining than Eddie last weekend. Let me get into it. Oh, first, before I get into the actual teams and stuff, let me remind you, I'm Tim. This is Egg Chasers. Thank you very much for watching. If I haven't already, I hope I earn your subscription on this one. Please hit subscribe and leave your comments and hit like and all that stuff. It helps, apparently. I'm going to be in France for the Rugby World Cup, getting you access to players, chatting to loads of fans, hopefully. And if you're going, well, let me know. And I'd love to know where people are and what's going on. But it's all about the build-up for the World Cup, and the teams have got to announce their squads in a few weeks, and games like this are going to be massive. For Australia then, no Michael Hooper. Hoops is out, but it's not the only one. There's a few others out there. I suppose the big news is Samu Kerevi is in, which is great, as is Mark Nwanga-Nitawaze. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, nailed it. Mark Nwanga-Nitawaze. What's the... Why do people struggle with that so much? Mark Nwanga-Nitawaze. I have got that right, haven't I? I hope so. I'm pleased to see him back. That's really good. Vunivalu. But that's a much better looking Australian backline, isn't it? I like it. Quade Cooper gets another start. There was an element of me thinking, if you're going to play Carter Gordon, you've got to play him in this game because you don't want to expose him to the All Blacks. Got 2 Bledisloe games. Maybe the Bledisloe game in New Zealand will be the one where Carter Gordon gets a start. But this seemed ripe for him, although Quade Cooper is coming back from injury as well, so he needs minutes under his belt. And he didn't really do a lot last week because of the game plan that Australia employed. Eddie Jones set them up just to go and, well, kick a lot. And I hope they do something a bit different to that this week. That's a big old second row unit, isn't it? Richie Arnold comes in for a start. Otherwise, it's as you were in the front 5, but it's changes on both flanks for Australia. Both Hoopers are out. One injured, one dropped. Fraser McCreight and Jed Holloway come in. A bit... Australia have got some issues in their back row, haven't they? When everyone's available, you've got good options. You know who your number 8 is. Bobby V is awesome. Hoops is still great. That 6 jersey, you're not sure. There's a few different people that could fill into that hole. What happened to Harry Wilson, by the way? I really liked him. Is he injured? What's going on? Sorry, I should have known that, shouldn't I? Let me know. Where's Harry Wilson? Is he good? Have I just imagined that he was looking really good? Get him in. You know Samu's going to be on the bench. He's excellent, but there's a little spot there, and I suppose for all the players that are turning out for Australia, this is it. You can nail down that jersey. Interestingly, that's a jersey that South Africa and New Zealand have both got little question marks over as well. So, interesting one. Backline I really like. Front row, we've got some questions to answer after getting pumped in the set piece last week. There's a thought, I wonder whether... Oh, yeah. If I get out of the way, 6-2 split. That was the other thing. There we go. These guys. 6-2 split. 6 forwards, 2 backs, which is quite interesting. Not something Eddie Jones did very often. He tried it a couple of times with England, and it didn't really work. We had injuries. It didn't really work. I don't think we quite had the personnel to pull it off. Australia maybe do. There's questions, isn't there? And I think... Okay, Tom Wright's someone I wanted to talk about. So I get the sense from Australian fans that get in touch, leave comments in the channel, and thank you very much for that, or just, people that I know, they're not convinced by Tom Wright. Is this a little bit like Ben Youngs for England? Because whenever I chat to Aussies, they think Ben Youngs is brilliant. But England rugby fans are like, Ben Youngs, yeah, he's played a lot of games and he's been a loyal servant, but he's not our best choice or second, third, fourth. He's not even the first choice at his own club. So how come he gets so much time for England? But Australians see him, and every time he plays against them, he looks awesome. Is it just that every time I see Tom Wright, he plays really well? I think he's a really solid player. I really like him. But he gets a bit of stick. I suppose there is Geordie Pataya and Andrew Kellaway to come back. So there's competition in that position. But it's going to be interesting. Interesting to see how he gets on. Overall, I think that's an improvement to the squad. I think there's more balance there. I think crowbarring Reece Hodge into the 12 jersey because Karevi wasn't there, didn't go well. Vunivalu on the wing did not go well. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Australia can do against Cheika, Michael Cheika's Argentina side, who again have made some changes. Los Pumas have a 7 superstar in their ranks on the wing in Rodrigo Isgro. And he's really good aerially as well. So I wonder if Michael Cheika's expecting a load more kicking from Australia. And maybe that's mind games from Eddie Jones. Maybe Eddie Jones, through last week's game, played a terrible game plan. Oh, we're going to kick it all day. Yeah, but we'll lose, boss. We'll lose, Eddie. Yeah, I know. We won't. That doesn't suit our players, but we're going to do it anyway because I want to trick Michael Cheika into thinking that's what we're going to do against Argentina so I can beat the guy I hate the most. The old Randwick rivals going head to head. If so, that's 4D chess from Eddie Jones and fair play. I'm not sure. I hope we don't see as much kicking from Australia last week. But Isgro on the wing, they've still got Juan Imhoff and Malia to come back in on the wings as well. So interesting to watch that. They're persisting with Cinti in the centre. I'm not convinced by him as a centre, but I do like Geronimo de la Fuente, one of the greatest names one of the greatest names full stop, let alone names in rugby. Love it. I'm a lot more convinced by him in the back line. I think that will solidify things a little bit. And so will Gomez Cadella in the front row. He's a much better tight head. So and they need to exert a bit more pressure. They got pumped up front. I don't understand why Bruni has been benched and Grondona is in the starting lineup. Rotation perhaps. Not totally convinced by that. I thought Bruni was all right, but it was actually pretty good last week, relative, because no Argentinians played particularly well. Grondona, he's a reasonable player. I don't think he's great. Maybe it's just game time and rotation that's going on, but that would be the one question mark I have there. In terms of a combined 15, I've put the two sides together and to see where the balance of power lies in this squad. And as you can see, 4 and 4 in the pack. I've shifted Juan Martin Gonzalez across to the flank to get him in. So 4 and 4, pretty well balanced in the pack. Who's going to get the edge? I mean, Will Skelton's not really a jumping lock. Richie Arnold should do a bit better and tidy up some of their line-out ball, you'd hope. Yeah, pretty well balanced, I think. And really, again, just look at the back line. 10-15, that could be the difference. 10 and 15 for Argentina. Santi Carreras did not have a great game, but he is an awesome 10 at international level. He's shown that in rugby championships gone by. We'll see if he can again. Emiliano Baffelli didn't really do anything. I think though, the Korobetti, Karevi, Ikitau, that little axis is going to be what tips the balance in Australia's favour. Although I will say, if I just get myself out of the way for a second so you can just see this 23-man squad in all its glory, Argentina, I think, do have an edge on the bench. So the depth of the depth of both of these sides is a bit scratchy in certain positions. But I think the forwards coming off the bench for Argentina, I'm more convinced by. The bench in general, I'm more convinced by Argentina than Australia. I think Australia will have enough to do the job, and I think it's going to be an interesting game, whatever the case. I think it's all... I mean, It's one of those times where my eyes, yes, they're going to be on the match, but they're going to be no. I want Eddie Cam. I want the TV crews to have a fixed Michael Cheika and Eddie Jones cam and give me every break in play cut to those two, because it's going to be box office. I will see you at the weekend. Well, obviously, see you on this channel with many more videos to come. If you hit subscribe, then you'll get them in your feed. Thank you very much. Leave your comments. What do you make of the game? What do you make of my combined 23 and the chances of the relative size? Where are Australia and Argentina at? Have they got a hope? I mean, I'm an Englishman, and I'm fully expecting to play both of these sides at the World Cup. I know we're playing Argentina in game 1 of Pool C or D, one of those two. And I'm fully expecting that it may well be Australia that England are playing in a quarter-final. So I've got my eyes very much on this game. I'm hoping, from that point of view, as a selfish Englishman, I'm hoping they're both rubbish, but we have a really entertaining game. I'll have more videos when the game, immediately after full time. Hit subscribe. See you on the next one.